Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Catherine. Thank you for watching this video, and today we're going to be talking about my stay at Secret Moxché. We upgraded to the Impression side, and I'm going to take you through everything I did, things I loved, the food I ate, just overall everything. And just to get in the mood of the vacation, I am making one of the favorite drinks I had over there. It was the Aperol Margarita. Completely recommend it. And later on, I'm going to get through all the drinks and all my recommendations, but this was one of the favorite drinks I had. And I'll tell you, this is something that you can get at every side, Secrets, Impressions, because that is one of the first things I'm going to tell you. I love that, which a lot of resorts don't do this. Their drinks were consistent. Usually bartenders have like different tastes and different measurements. The drinks were consistent and they were excellent everywhere we went. So let's start. So we traveled in October, and we never expected the airport to be so busy. It took us about 2 hours to go through immigration. The lines were crazy. We usually go in the summer. We went in December, and it had never been so long. The wait. So I believe these things are just very unpredictable. So just put that in your head that things can just, all you do is just stand there and just wait. That's all you can do. The ride took about 45 minutes, and from the moment we got there, our vacation immediately started. And this is the first time I upgrade to the highest level the resort has to offer, so maybe this is why our experience was so smooth. But from the moment we got there, we were greeted with champagne, we were greeted with towels, and it just made for like a very smooth transition. The bellboy took our luggage, and immediately somebody asked for our name, for our room number, and within 2 minutes, the person that was going to take us straight to our room showed up. He walked us through everything. He talked about the restaurant. He talked about all the perks we had, and immediately took us to our rooms. And when you're in Impressions, if your room is available, then you can have your check-in in your room. And we arrived to the resort around 4:30 p.m. So we were able to do the check-in in our room. Once we arrived to the room, we loved everything about it. The bed was nice, the amenity, the room itself just has a very nice, cozy, honeymoon type of feel vibe. We loved all the amenities. You get robes, slippers, toothbrush, toothpaste, shaving cream, razor, sponge, shower cap, mouthwash, just everything you can need. There's also an espresso machine. There's Mexican treats. There's a mini fridge. We asked for more water, and you can ask for more through the app. Something I loved about using the app, this is the app that you can just download, and you can go there and request everything you need. The room service, you can ask for it the day before, and you can have it at the time you need it in the morning. And I thought that was just, it makes for a very smooth transition, and you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait in the morning. You want it at 7, you want it at 6, and it will be there. And you can order things that you need, the water, if you need things for your mini bar, if you need any more amenities, you can just order whatever you want, and within 5 minutes, everything is there. So I really enjoyed that. And of all the resorts I've been, this has been the resort that has been like the most efficient through the app. I'm also going to put the app in the comments if you just want to go straight to the link and get it. So you can download it if you're going there. Just try to download it prior to getting there. A lot of times the internet can be a little tricky. And even when you're at home, it's also great to have it because ahead of time, you can see everything. You can see the schedule, you can see activities, you can see everything in the room. I think that's very essential. And this is something crucial to myself. Every time I go to a resort, a lot of people have told me, oh, you always say good things. Yes, because I know where I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to drink. And I think that's crucial. And that should be how you do things when you're going to go on vacation. You should research everything. And there's a lot of times that I discard resorts because of this. Because when I look at the menu, I see the amount of restaurants they have. I see the amount of food they offer, the drinks they offer, the tequilas they offer, the whiskey, and if they don't offer the things I want, then why am I going there? So a lot of times you hear negative reviews, but you need to do your research. You need to be a responsible traveler. So now let's talk about just the property in general. My God, this property is beautiful. It's just gorgeous. Everything smells amazing. They have these essential oils throughout the property, and it just gives you that relaxing feeling. It's just a beautiful resort. It's a 5-diamond resort. It's not easy for any resort to acquire a 5-diamond badge from the AAA Association. So once you know you're visiting a 5-diamond resort, you know it's gonna be good. But one of the things that caught me the most was the smell. There's a lot of resorts that I've been that in the lobby, they have a nice smell. But this resort, just like when I visited HYATT last year, it was very comparable that they have this smell throughout the entire property. Matter of fact, when we came back, my husband surprised me with the essential oil and the diffuser. So we've been putting that in our room. We put it in the living room, and I actually have it on right now. It's just a nice, it takes you back. So I'm also going to link that oil and the diffuser we have from my Amazon storefront in the comments if you guys are interested. It's sandalwood and it's very affordable. You just put a few drops in your diffuser and it covers a decent amount of space. But if you want to have it just in your bedroom, or like I said, we have it in our bedroom and we have it in the living room, and it's a very nice experience. The next thing I want to talk about is the staff. One of the reasons I travel a lot to Mexico, I've been to over 8 all-inclusive resorts in Mexico, and we keep going back and looking for more resorts. Honestly, is number one because of the service. They're just happy to be there. They're so kind. They try to go above and beyond for you. They're always smiling. They're very, very professional. And a lot of resorts that I have looked into, one of the main complaints is always the service, that the staff is rude or the food is not good, etc. But to me, the staff can make or break a resort, because you can have a beautiful resort, the food can be good, but if the attention is not there, the lack of empathy, the lack of happiness, and they just don't care, you're not gonna feel 100%. You're on vacation. You want to see people smiling. You want to see people happy. So that's a very important part. So staying in Impressions, we had 2 butlers, and the experience with the butlers was a little weird. They weren't bad, they weren't rude, but it wasn't outstanding. And this is something that I actually did a review a couple of weeks ago of HYATT versus Impression Moxché, and I talked about this specific concern per se, or complaint, and a lot of people did tell me the same thing. And I'm in a couple of Facebook groups, and I've been seeing that as well, that people complain that the butler service in Impression Moxché, it's not really good. An example to other secret properties, and like I said, at HYATT, people rave and rave, and a lot of times the reason that people repeat this resort is because of the service. And I can identify with that because, like I previously said, to me, that's one of the most important things on a vacation. They weren't rude, like I said, they just didn't have a lot of attention to customizing, to caring. And there was one of the butlers that we actually never even met, and they will send us the chat through the app of they did like a WhatsApp, and through there we would communicate in the morning. Oh, good morning, do you need anything, let me know. And at night, while I'm leaving, if you need anything, let me know. And I was expecting more, because you are paying at the top property, and having a butler is about a little extra attention, extra detail. So if any complaint I will say, I think that will be my complaint of my entire stay. Now let's talk about the pools. This is what impressed me the most of this property. There are so many pools. Let's go along through all these pools. First, let's start with the main pool. There's activities, and it's very big, very spacious. There's lots of chairs, and they even have a small, more secluded area, which I thought it was amazing for just couples. If you don't like the party and you don't like the activities, then you're still at the main pool, but you have your separate area. There's plenty of chairs here, and that's something I love, that you don't need to have that mentality of waking up early and saving chairs because they're not going to be available. This is something that even though there was a lot of people at this resort, there were plenty of empty chairs. This is the only resort that we have been in Mexico that there are so many little pools, all with a different ambience, and these are all just on the secret side. So these are available to everyone that stays at the property. Now let's go to the food. To me personally, the food was the main thing of this resort. A lot of times I have mixed feelings at resorts when it comes to the food because I feel they focus more on breakfast and lunch as to quality and that there's a lot of seafood and that there's a lot of good things. But dinner is always usually about the aesthetics, the presentation, and the service. And then the taste a lot of times is missing. So here, I was really blown away because everything we had was excellent. So I'm gonna start by my favorites, and then at the end, I'm gonna tell you what I really didn't like. this pizza was complimentary only for Impression guests, so before ordering, I would recommend you speak with your server and ask if this is still offered. You need to scan your key in the elevator in order to enter the observatory. The night we went to try Cielo restaurant, it was closed due to rain, so they moved it to Seaside restaurant. So enjoy everything we had from Cielo. Not so pleasant experiences with Suki. One of them, although the service was great, the place was beautiful, the food was just really not tasty. The sushis, we order everything available, and beside the tuna crispy there you can see, and the leash martini, it really did not meet our expectations. This was another very disappointing experience for us. The zoo, now it changed, it has a set menu. I'll say it's very romantic, it's a very nice feeling, and we were very excited about it. The service was amazing, but the food experience, the way they bring things out, it was just not there. The wine was good, but the menu concept is they have vegetable, they have meat, and they have seafood, so you can pick, and they give you 3 small plates and then a main course and the dessert. So I ordered the steak side and then my husband the seafood so that we can share both, but this is what came out, and nothing was really tasty except asparagus, and everything was extremely tiny. And then the main course, this beef was not good. I was expecting much more. My husband had the fish and it was just not good. After this, we just ended up going to the taco stand, which was amazing, and there was so much people there, and that was a very fun experience. There's also a lot of talk about the restaurants' wait at dinners and how people get upset because the waits are long. Secrets has a no reservation thing going on. However, when we arrived, we were told that our butlers can reserve for us if we wanted to. They never offered it to us, and we're early eaters anyway, so we were always there at 6 o'clock, 6:15, and we never had a problem. There was one day that we decided to try a second restaurant. It was about 7:15, and the wait was already an hour. So if you don't mind eating early, that's what I recommend. You get there early, you can have your meal early, and then you can just go on about your night. For room service, I usually never have problem with room service, but like I said before, I ordered it the night before. And in the morning, they will leave it in the secret box. And this is something that I really love, that they have this option in case you don't want to this morning engage so early. You probably don't want to engage in conversation or something. And if you want to leave a tip, you can just stick it in the secrets box and they can get it from there. And we did that a couple of times and everything was delicious. But I recommend trying the orange juice and the green juice. It was incredibly delicious. And the Mexican breads, they're so good and taste so fresh. So the weather. We went, like I said, last week of October, because last year we went to HYATT in December and it was chilly for us, but it was sunny, it was beautiful. I got a nice tan, but at night it would be like low 70s, like 60 something, and to me that was too cold to be on vacation. And in the afternoon, like 2-3 o'clock, it would be chilly, so the pool felt cold. So this year I said, well, we went a couple of years ago in November to Cabos. It was also super cold, colder because the Pacific is colder than this side. But I said this year, let's try October because it's probably better. Well, that was kind of a big mistake because we've had bad weather this year, like a lot of hurricanes. So there was still like a tropical storm. So there was a lot of rain. We got 2 days that it was raining. But I will say, this is another reason that I love that we stay at Impressions, because we were able to stay at the Cielo rooftop pool and it didn't affect our stay because we stayed there, we had drinks, we had lunch, we played cards, and I have these waterproof playing cards. I will also link this in the comments if you want to get these. I totally recommend it. They're from Amazon and I've had them for like about 6 years. This is the spa. If you're staying at Impressions, you get a complimentary treatment, hands, I believe it's head or foot massage. We chose the foot massage and it was a beautiful, beautiful, relaxing experience. Our butlers failed to mention this, but this is something I had read already. So I did ask, and my best friend that was there with me, her butler booked it for us. This is the area where we stayed. We loved it. It was a beautiful experience. So if you're staying at Impressions, do not miss out on this. Totally recommend. The nightlife. A lot of people always wonder about this. And there is a club, there's a theater, and there's a sports bar. This is the theater. The theater is just amazing. It's so beautiful. They do a show every night, and you can see all the times and the different type of shows on the app. They're published there daily. The sports bar also, we found it very fun. There's an activity going on daily. There's different themes and it's very fun. And lastly, the club. The Speakeasy Club was absolutely fun. We went there every single night and it's just a very fun thing to do. Your butler will tell you the code. And that concludes this review of my stay of Secrets Moxché, updating to the impression side. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said before, if you want to look at more videos, you can look at my comparison of HYATT and Impressions Moxché. And there's also a lot of shorts that I have taken of the property of my stay at HYATT and just some travel tips and tricks of things that are helpful for those that love traveling often. Also, in my Amazon storefront, you can see my travel essentials with all the things that I like taking, like all the sunblock I use and recommend. I have very sensitive skin, and to me, it's a priority to use good quality products. And I am an overpacker, and I make sure I take absolutely everything I need at a vacation because I don't want to get there and have to pay 3-4 times the price of something that here is cheaper. So I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you have any other questions, just drop them below in the comments. Cheers.